The mental load of being a mom is probably the most challenging part about being a mom. I feel like this is kind of newer terminology. I think even when I said it to my mom or my aunts or my grandma, they're kind of like, oh yeah, that's true. Like, it does fall a lot on mom. And not to say, my husband definitely parents too, and he always does bedtime, and we both help each other out when needed. We both definitely parent and 50-50 parent, but for things like if my son's school closes or there's an emergency, like, I'm usually the one with a more flexible schedule, so I have to go handle it. When I became a mom and I had, a tiny human attached to me for a while, and now even as a toddler, again, he's kind of reattached himself to me. Just a lot of these things that I did before became harder. So handling that mental load is something we're still in the progress of doing, but basically I just have been communicating more with my spouse and kind of sharing these thoughts that go through my head and, what I need help with, and just kind of explaining, like, I can't do everything like I did before, and maybe we need to help each other out more. Balancing being a first-time mom and working full-time is also really challenging. I think it's something that people don't really talk about and is kind of like this undervalued thing. Like, everybody wants you to have a career and, if you, whatever you're doing, and pursue all these things and you have great potential and work towards it. But then there's that flip side of, oh, well, you got to be a really great parent and, show up for your kid and play when they want to play and go check out the preschools and all that. So it's like, sometimes it's hard to give 100% to both. And then obviously there's like 1,000 other, other random things that you probably have to do. So I think it's been challenging trying to balance it all. I always kind of remind myself, my son is not the thing that I want to not be giving 100% to. Take a moment to yourself, even if it's like a night to yourself, whatever it might be. Give yourself permission to just forget everything. I actually recently did this with one of my friends. We had a sleepover. We got takeout and ice cream, and my husband said, I got it at home. Don't worry about us. Like, we're not going to text or call. Just go take the night and, go be a person who just can binge watch TV and hang out and just relax for a little bit. And then before I went back to my husband and my son, I actually took a couple hours in a coffee shop and I just kind of wrote out like the week and, the things that were overwhelming me and what maybe I needed help with, how I could lean on the little village of people we've created for ourselves, our babysitters, my mom, and my husband's mom helps us a lot. And then even just stuff my husband can do. But it's really hard. I feel like burnout is, it's stressful times in the world, and just burnout is bound to happen, but you have to take care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't be the best you can be for your kids anyway. So it needs to be done. My favorite forms of self-care when I need a break are probably simple things. Taking a long shower by myself, preferably. Nobody's coming at the door. No tiny hands are sneaking under the door. Eating ice cream, going for a walk, just anything that kind of makes me happy. It can be things that I did before. I got really into photography, and it always makes me happy to be artistic and creative and do that with other people. But my husband and I have been really good about checking in with each other and just saying, like, hey, I need 20 minutes to myself, whatever time it is, even if the other one, if we were tag teaming it and the other one just got tagged in, it's like, if you need a break, you need a break, and that's okay.